Okay, I found this unusual Healy curl. I'm considering if I should get rid of him. Maybe I should just leave him be. You know what? If I get rid of him, you get 18 Adventurer EXP, right? That can be somewhat useful, I guess. You know what? Let's just get rid of him. For the sake of the video. Let's go. Alright, so hopefully... Man, this guy is angry, man. Oh no. He's throwing cabbage. Alright. There's that. Got my cabbage. I'm done. Just doing it for the adventure rank. Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Alright, this is going to be probably my first video that I actually do with a cam. Alright, it's actually my phone. I hope the delay is alright and I hope that it's not lagging behind. So today I want to talk a little bit about Xingqiu. Alright, so I did a video last time talking about Xingqiu and what would be the best artifacts for him. Alright, Xingqiu is a he. I need to remind myself that I always refer to him as her. So hopefully I don't make that mistake in this video. Okay, so talking about Xingqiu, this is what I have currently. So Sacrificial Sword, again, the best weapon in slot, and I'm going for the full Noblesse Oblige. Alright, so I'm sure most of you saw my recent Klee guide. So Klee and Xingqiu has one of the best, if not the best synergy in the game. Like, to be honest, because I feel like Xingqiu was made for Klee specifically. But Xingqiu alone was extremely broken. Alright, so let me see if I can find you guys and maybe we can do a showcase of a side-by-side comparison so that you guys can see how long it takes for me to destroy Ruin Guards. Okay, so before we start talking about Klee and Xingqiu, we need to talk a little bit about Vaporize. So hopefully familiarize you guys with what Vaporize do. Hydro mixed in with Pyro, alright, water and fire, so you can create this elemental reaction called Vaporize. So this is extremely good and extremely strong because you can deal more damage than you should, than your regular damage, alright. So let me grab this first. Alright, it's raining right now, conveniently, so that means, you know, I will have Vaporize effect going on everywhere. So notice when it's raining, the enemy... Can you stand still? Alright, notice this guy has a Hydro innate element on top of him, on his head. Can you guys see that thing? Right. So, when they are imbued with water or wet status, right? So when you do Pyro, you deal Vaporize. And if you crit, that's a lot of damage. No crit. Okay, that's a crit right there. Crap, Klee died. I wasn't paying attention. Now keep in mind, Vaporize works both ways. Alright, so one good example right here. So let me apply Pyro to this guy so you can see there's fire on top of him. So now if I apply water, so that deals 2 times the damage. But if I apply water first, now he has water and then I apply fire afterwards, so that only applies 1.5x damage. Alright, so it works both ways. Both will deal bonus damage, right? But from Pyro to Hydro you deal 2x, whereas from vice versa you will only deal 1.5 times. So that's something to keep in mind. So slimes like this will always have the innate Hydro element. So if I deal fire, by default it will always have the Vaporize, alright? And that's a lot of damage. Even though it's 1.5x, it's still a lot of damage. Okay, so let's use this guy as an experiment. So let's say if I apply Pyro and if I apply Hydro afterwards, boom, Vaporize. And you guys saw how much damage Xingqiu can do all by himself, just using the E skill. And I don't even have like insane good artifacts on mine. Alright, so but most of the time you won't be using his skill that often. Alright, so most of the time you'll be spamming his Q and then you will leave him out of the battlefield and let someone take over, and in my case it will be a Klee. So who works best with Xingqiu, right? Considering that Xingqiu is a Hydro type character. So in my opinion, Klee and Diluc is probably the best one because they can create constant fire damage. Now Klee's auto attack will always be Pyro, alright? So if you guys are not familiar, any units that use Catalyst, they will always have the innate element. Alright, the same goes for Barbara as well, in case you guys don't know. Barbara will always apply Hydro. Alright. And Ningguang will always apply Geo. Because these are all Catalyst users. Now, so this is but Geo element is not something that stays if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, any characters that use their weapon Catalyst, alright, you consider them, I don't know what category they call these magicians. They will always have an innate element on their auto attacks. So this makes Klee a super versatile combo alongside with Xingqiu. Now, Deluxe can almost do the same thing because Deluxe E is spammable, right? So he can apply constant Pyro with his E and Q. So that makes Deluxe a very good pair with Klee as well. But there are some characters that might not work as well, for example Xiangling. So Xiangling's, unless you can build her towards her Q, right, her elemental burst, where you can constantly apply this specific ultimate all the time to try to chain with Xingqiu. But otherwise Goba can be quite inconsistent, just placing the bear on the ground and expect that fire spray to be constantly creating Vaporize can be quite hard to try to achieve. Okay, so let me test in a scenario where there's no rain, like bright sunny weather, right? We can probably do a damage showcase with Xingqiu and without Xingqiu. Alright, so like I mentioned, Klee is amazing with Xingqiu, amazing combo, amazing couple. Alright, let's go. So this is Klee alone. Alright, I'm gonna try to do damage alone, all by myself. Avoiding and stuff. Okay, so it took that long to actually defeat a Ruin Guard. You know, just Klee alone, there's no combo whatsoever. But if I can bring Xingqiu in to deal Vaporize, that time will basically be reduced by half. Maybe not half, but maybe like 30 to 40%. So let me find one more Ruin Guard so I can showcase to you guys a damage with Xingqiu's ult. Alright, let's see if I can find one more Ruin Guard, and then we're gonna... there's one right here. It's gonna try to shoot rocket, I believe. Oh, wait, what? He went and sit back down. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Alright. Yep, so pretty sure that's faster. I could be wrong, but I'll have a timer in the editing software to show you guys how much faster was it if it's just a couple of seconds. But definitely with Xingqiu, things are much easier. And not only do you get more damage, right, from the Vaporize and stuff, you also get protection. Because what these rain swords do, right, they give you damage reduction if you somehow fail to avoid an attack, right? So that can be really handy in a lot of situations for sure. Now again, damage is significantly improved when I use Xingqiu because the damage that I apply with Xingqiu's consistent Guhua Rain Cutter, this will deal hydro damage constantly. Alright, so this makes Xingqiu like a very broken support. Alright, he works well with almost anyone. He works well with Razor, Beidou for Electro Charge. He works well with Pyro users to create Vaporize. Although, like I mentioned, alright, Vaporize is not like the best reaction for a Pyro character. It favors Hydro more because 2 times more damage. Ideally, with someone like Klee, you want to go for melt damage. So melt deals 2 times. But to do melt, you have to apply Cryo first, and then you have to apply Pyro afterwards. Currently, there are no Cryo characters that can apply melt fast enough. The only character that I can think of is probably Diona if you use her Q, but that's if the enemy stays in that particular small area, which can be quite hard actually to do it properly and apply it. Alright, so Xingqiu is just gonna have that insane combo. Okay, let's find another Ruin Guard to test against. Okay, so we're gonna apply Pyro. Do this. So look at how much Xingqiu can deal with Vaporize. Alright, so 4.8k plus 2.6k. That is crazy damage right there. That combo is just so sick. That's the exact same combo that helps me get through Spiral Abyss Floor 11 last month. Yeah, I hope that I can try to replicate the same thing again and hopefully record a video this time because I sort of did it last minute last month. Xingqiu works very well with pyro characters, but the pyro character needs to be able to apply constant pyro element to the enemy. Alright, something like Xiangling, where she deals mostly physical, is gonna be quite hard to pair with for sure. So let me show specifically on the artifact section, then we can move on again. So this is currently what I have, not the best artifacts I would say. So I have a plus 17 on the flower. You want to focus on energy recharge if you can. So Xingqiu, energy recharge, insane. Alright. Okay, one thing to note is try to aim for at least 185% energy recharge. I noticed that 180 can be still a bit low. Alright, so around 185 to 190 is the safe sweet spot, I would say. If you can get 200% energy recharge, that will be even better. Alright, so Xingqiu, energy recharge is extremely important. So try to aim for that in your artifacts if you can. So this is what I have on the Royal Plum. Alright, so I got lucky into the attack percent here. Got some energy recharge here. Again, energy recharge is very good. Alright, so this is Royal Pocket Watch, plus 16. There's energy recharge, but the rest are pretty useless. Crit damage is not really needed on here because I don't really build towards the crit part. Alright, so attack, crit rate, HP percent, flat HP, and lastly energy recharge, HP on this circlet. So as you can see, my Xingqiu does not have any elemental mastery at all. So I would say, besides energy recharge, you also want to build a little bit towards elemental mastery and attack. But even that, okay? So since Xingqiu is a support, elemental mastery might not be super important. Alright, so usually elemental mastery is useful for characters that deal the main damage because it will take the calculation based off the main character's elemental mastery. So if I use Xingqiu and then I swap back to Klee, it will take Klee's elemental mastery based on that Vaporize damage because Klee is currently on the battlefield, right? So yeah, let me see if I can showcase the potential if you try to use your Xingqiu as a spam E character, and this is a pretty high damage as well. If you build him elemental mastery, he can easily do like 10k 20k with his E damage. So for example, if I apply pyro right here to this guy, right, and then I apply hydro with Xingqiu right here, like look at the amount of damage that deals. And then I apply pyro again, so vaporize, that guy is dead. So apply pyro, fire, and apply hydro, vaporize, and then vaporize again. Alright, so that's how ideally you want to use it. So, whoa, there are some ores right here, let me grab them. Now, okay, overall, I would say Xingqiu is probably one of the best, if not the best, support out there. Alright, for a 4-star, okay, in case you guys are wondering, my Xingqiu is a Constellation 0. Alright, so ideally, if you can get Constellation, he's gonna be a beast for sure, but you don't need Constellation on any characters. My Klee is a plus 0 as well. Alright, I managed to get through a Spiral Abyss with just 2 of them actually, and 1 more healer, which is crazy. But the gist is, alright, this is probably the most crucial one. Number 1 is getting his artifact, the Goblet, to have a hydro damage bonus. This is very important, very crucial on him. Alright, if you don't have hydro damage bonus, anything else is just subpar. Alright, this will help him to deal a lot, and you can see my hydro damage cup right here is a 4-star. It's not a 5-star one. I probably have some better ones lying around, but yeah, this is what I am sticking with for now. Number 2, energy recharge. Alright, so Xingqiu, he's really strong. Like I mentioned, he deals a lot of damage. He can deal insane damage with this particular ability, and the ultimate is just crazy. It's just crazy burst damage over and over again, especially with Noblesse Oblige. Alright, you just use your ultimate, you swap out, and then he will give everyone else 20% attack boost, which is insane. This is just like a, there's literally no reason to use anything else. He does have one big weakness though. Alright, so that is a weakness that I'm not going to deny, and that is his ability. Both his abilities, number 1, has long cooldown. Alright, you can see this particular skill, Guhua Sword Fatal Rain Screen, 21 seconds. That's a long time for just your elemental skill. Most characters has like 8 seconds, 5 seconds on Razor. Like, he has like 21 seconds. That's a long time. 21 seconds is just crazy. And then his ultimate is alright. Cooldown is 20 seconds. It's not that bad. But the ultimate can be quite energy hungry as well. Energy cost is 80. So these two problems can be fixed easily if you have the Sacrificial Sword. This is probably the best weapon on Xingqiu. If you have Sacrificial Sword, if you have Xingqiu, you have to build him. You have to build him. This sword is just perfectly built for him. Like the amount of time, like this sword allows him, if this particular skill proc, right, he can basically recharge his ultimate again. And let me show you guys in an application, so hopefully you guys can see. Alright, so let me fight off Chichin Mage. I'm going to start off with Q. I'm going to use E once here, so that procs. I'm going to use E again, and I'm going to swap to Klee. Alright, so now my ultimate is going on, right? So I don't have to worry about it yet. So let me use this. Okay, look, I have my Q again. After my elemental burst runs out of duration, I now have my Q again. And now I can spam my ultimate again on another enemy unit if I want to. And what is more important, it increases the character's resistance to interruption. So meaning that there's a chance if you somehow messed up the dodge, you couldn't dodge in time, enemy hits you, you have a chance to not lose your combo. You are still able to perform whatever you were doing. And this is something that is invaluable. You don't see much of this particular type of skill. Maybe it's only present in most shield characters like Noelle, Diona, etc. But definitely, this is insane. It's an insane skill, insane ability, and goes all the way to all of this. He has healing as well, not to mention. Alright, 6% is a decent amount. I have a couple of people asking me, should I build Xingqiu as a healer? Because, you know, he can heal. Why would you I mean, you can, but why would you do that? Like, he's just so good as a damage dealer. The amount of damage he deals is insane. I feel like it's such a huge waste to use him as anything else other than a pure support. Alright, just spam your E, spam your Q, and then swap out to your main DPS, so your main DPS can deal combo damage, Vaporize, or Electro Charge, or anything along those lines. Alright, so hopefully, you know, this is much more of a thorough Xingqiu guide than before, and hopefully I can give you guys a better glimpse of what this guy can do. Even at C0, he's worth it. And not to mention, Xingqiu probably has the best passive talent in the game. What do I mean by that? Xingqiu crafts character talent materials. He has 25% chance to refund a portion of the crafting materials used. No other character can give you this ability. Right now in the game, no other character has this similar ability. This is the best passive talent in the game. Do you know why? Because in the long run, this will help you save a ton of resin. Alright, this is when you craft books. So you can come here, you can try to craft book. Alright, so we all know that books can be pretty expensive, especially when you're constantly farming of them. Alright, you want to try to farm them, etc. So let's say this guide to go. Swap to Xingqiu. Bam. Alright, I want to convert like what? 8 of these. Alright, 8 of these. So there's a chance that you get some books in return. 25% chance. And look, I got 8 of these. I got 4 of these green books back in return. Like, this is an insane skill that I don't see any other, like most 5 stars don't even have a passive talent that's this good. This passive talent is insane. Alright, it's gonna help you save your resin in the long run. If you intend to play this game for 1 year, 6 months, this is just an insane talent to have. Alright, so that pretty much sums it up for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the Vaporize combo from Xingqiu and Klee. And currently, there are no other Hydro characters that can apply Vaporize as quickly as Xingqiu. There is Barbara. You can swap to Barbara and, you know, do her auto attack and stuff. There is Barbara and Mona. Alright, Mona is a 5-star. Mona is a 5-star, and unfortunately not many players have access to her. Now Barbara can almost do the same thing. Almost. You can like use your Klee, apply Pyro, and then swap to Barbara to apply Hydro, and then swap back to Klee and apply Pyro. I guess you can do that to constantly create Vaporize, and it might be usable in the regular world for sure. But once you go into domains and once you go into Spiral Abyss where enemies come from left, right, top, bottom, you're gonna struggle with just swapping characters, and most of the time they are environmental cages, or you know, just tornado blowing you up, or ice cages from the floor, and those are the things that you have to, you know, watch out for as well, and probably you won't have enough time to constantly be swapping characters over and over. So with Xingqiu, you can just use Xingqiu, press Q, swap to your main damage dealer and just perform your attacks from there. And I feel like it gives you the sense of security, not to mention damage reduction in case you messed up, and that's very useful to have. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.